2025 is my year. I got me a whole hit list marked down. I can see the target. But I'm starting off with that boy Boots out there in Philly. I'm finna go ahead and get that done with. I gotta make that happen before he move up to 154. After that, I see T.O. Hill playing games. He'll think about going up to 147. If you think about doing it, I'm right here. If you want to fight at 140, we both WBO. I could cut down to 140 with you. Trust me, it's not a problem at all. And that's also for all the other 140-pound champions. Anybody can get it for real. I just want to let that be known. Like I said, I've been quiet for too long. That's my mistake. But I'm tightening up, and now it's time to take over this whole boxing game. You dig?
Well, that was Brian Norman calling out Jaron Ennis to unify at the welterweight division. That was his hit list. He wants Jaron Ennis first, then Teofimo Lopez. And this is exactly what Jaron Ennis wants. He told Eddie Hearn he prefers to unify the division over fighting Teofimo Lopez. Even though, in my opinion, that is the better fight. That's the bigger name and the bigger legacy fight. Yet, Boots seems to be cool to unify. However, it matters who you unify against. None of the fighters at the welterweight division won the title by actually beating the champion. Meanwhile, if we're looking at T.O., T.O. is a 2-division world champion. Therefore, shortly, we should see what Boots Ennis decides to do next. Is he going to go with Brian Norman or Teofimo Lopez? Only time will tell. At the moment in time, he has 2 good options on the table. Both of these fights are tough for Boots. Brian Norman previously already turned down the Boots Ennis fight. That was for $1.7 million. But as desperate as Jaron Ennis and Eddie Hearn are to deliver a mega fight or a big fight for Boots, I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn can make it worth Brian Norman's time. He can give him the number he's asking for pretty much. We all know Brian Norman hasn't fought since Jaron Ennis offered him the fight, so he missed out on that. But we can't say he missed out all the way, because he's going to get an even bigger offer now to fight Jaron Ennis. On the other hand, Boots can't go wrong here if he chooses to fight Brian Norman first, because if he actually wins, then he becomes a unified champ, which naturally is going to make T.O. want to fight him even more, since he's going to have more to offer. Then instead of Teofimo moving up to fight Boots for 1 belt, he can move up to fight Boots for 2 belts. So there's more on the line. And if Jaron decides to fight T.O. first and he's victorious, then that's the Errol Spence effect right there. When he beat Mikey Garcia, that's how he ended up getting the unifications with the likes of Sean Porter. Now, Boots Ennis beating Teofimo Lopez will take his career to another level, which is why I said that's the better option, due to the fact instead of Boots chasing these champions to unify in his own division, they're going to be chasing him. They will be knocking on his door trying to fight Jaron, and it's because he's going to be the man. So we shall see what ends up happening. I know one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Boots better deliver something here. In my opinion, Boots has all the skills to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, or at least top 3 in the future. When we're just looking at eye test, he is one of the most spectacular fighters I've ever seen. With all that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Who you prefer, Jaron Boots Ennis to fight next, Teofimo Lopez or Brian Norman? Make sure you guys subscribe below and stay tuned to the Punch God.